Hey guys, what's up, and welcome to Buffering Syndrome. I'm Eric. This will be our first video. It'll mainly be me, but eventually you'll meet DJ and Greg when the time comes. So basically all we wanted to do is, I don't know if you'd call this a video blog or anything like that, but we basically just wanted to get our thoughts on everything out there. So we'll do games, we'll do music, when DJs say trust me, we'll do food. But I wanted to start with the obvious one and the personal obsession of mine, and that's movies. And maybe you're like us in the fact that you've probably seen way too many movies. Okay, so after doing a quick Google search for, say, the average amount of movies watched a year, the results varied. I found things from 2012, 2014, 2016. But what I saw in bold, anyway, was that the average person watches about 20 to 30 movies a year. It also said the average adult goes to the theater about 5 times a year. Maybe it's just me, but I think that's absurdly low considering the fact that I've been to the theater 10 times this year and it's June. I mean, I've seen everything from Split back in January to It Comes at Night right today. Here we are. So the numbers are skewed, and maybe I'm not alone in the fact that I'm well above that average, but in general this could be a nice little video chance for us to discuss at least our opinions on movies we see without getting into spoilers necessarily, or heavily warning you before there are any spoilers. Alright everyone, this is DJ, and yes, we're brothers. And as being brothers and pretty much best friends, we're usually at the movies together in a group, so the same things that I've seen this year, he's seen. So I thought now would be a good time for us to get together and just talk about the best of the best so far of theater releases in 2017. But don't worry, we will go into further detail on individual videos and stories and things like that. Individual movies and stories, rather. Further down the line on this channel, as we'll have videos dedicated to each particular film.
Alright, so starting off the list, I'd say the first movie that comes to my mind is It Comes at Night, one we saw earlier today.
I mean, it was terrific horror. I mean, you've seen it with A24, they're on top of their game, they know what they're doing. These movies aren't, by any means, especially this one, fast-paced, but it's also not so slow you're bored out of your mind. It's the exact opposite. It's slow enough to where you're, gripping on, not necessarily with jump scares, I'm sorry. Not necessarily with jump scares, but in the fact that there's intensity all throughout with an ending that, I'm not gonna lie, hits you harder than expected, and the shots are brilliant, and I mean, I don't want to steal your words, so go ahead, add on to that.
I mean, honestly, like he said, edge of your seat, suspense. It's one of those movies where you're just constantly afraid of what's gonna happen next. You're like, where is this going? What's happening? And I mean, it's complete by a fantastic performance by Joel Edgerton. Alright, so the next one up is The Belko Experiment.
I mean, it's same genre, but it's the complete opposite of It Comes at Night in a good way. I mean, I think you can appreciate both. This was high octane intensity, it was brutality from really start to finish. I mean, a little bit of backstory in the beginning, but then once it's going, people are dying. Close quarters, high cast, or huge cast, therefore high body count. And it just raises the stakes, and it was unique, and I'll be honest, it's given me a new way to look at life at working in a cubicle.
Yeah, I mean, from the moment this movie starts, it's like you're right in the action. There's not some sort of slow, tense build-up. It's like, boom, shit hits the fan, people are dying left and right. It's a fight for survival, and it's intense. You don't know who's gonna die next. You don't know who's gonna make it out of this thing, if anybody. It's a wild ride.
I think it embraces a rewatchable quality in the fact that it's not too long. Again, the fast pace, it's definitely something you can watch with a group of friends. I know we do like Halloween marathons, any sort of horror thing. This would fit the bill, and we'll probably be in it. But shout out to James Gunn,
Oh, absolutely.
known for Guardians, but he wrote this, was a big hand in producing it, so it's great. And speaking of James Gunn, we're actually going to talk about him in on our next video, and on our next movie, which would be
Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2.
So like we said, now we're going to turn a little bit towards Guardians, but not just Guardians. We're going to focus on sort of the recent superhero movies. I know they've been going on for a while, but we're going to look at Guardians and Wonder Woman, as they were the last two. Now, as I said in writing my review of Wonder Woman, which hopefully I'll get to put up here shortly, to me the superhero genre has not been overdone yet. I know a lot of people are sick of it. That's their opinion, that's fine. But I think you see different ways of doing it. You saw that with Deadpool. You saw that with Logan, which again, coming out this year, we'll definitely get to that. But with Guardians and Wonder Woman, it's an interesting dynamic. With Wonder Woman, you see a new origin story, but you see an origin story that had doubt and was done correctly, and the fact that it essentially elevated the DC Extended Universe. I mean, let's face it, I own Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad, but they by no means masterpieces. But Wonder Woman kind of went up here. And with Guardians, you knew what you were getting. Awesome soundtrack, awesome dialogue,
Yes.
awesome acting. I mean, while it's not the Avengers, so is it an ensemble movie? I don't know, because it's not just Star-Lord, even though he's the primary. There's Gamora, there's Drax, Rocket, Groot, Yondu. I mean, you have multiple pieces, and that's not a singular story, but having a sequel come alongside where another hero is doing an origin story, it was interesting to see that back in, like, two different ways of doing it, and both very successful. And I mean, you could say they make money is one thing, but I think generally overall favorable reviews, which was new for DC in this era. So definitely a huge positive, and two terrific movies that I can't recommend enough.
I mean, Guardians, if you keep it up with the MCU, you know exactly what to expect, quality balance of action, drama, and humor, as always. Really solid character development, keeps you going the whole time. And, James Gunn, creative genius, right? He knows what he's doing.
He does.
The first one, we just talked about the Bogo experiment. Topped that off with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a doubter with Guardians 1. Got talked into seeing it, and I'm forever thankful for that. And there was no doubt that Guardians 2 was coming up. Like, we were opening weekend, the perks of having to have Mondays off means you can kind of avoid the crowd, but still go right after it comes out, so that was a benefit. Already bought the soundtrack.
Of course.
Just as good. I mean, throwbacks. I mean, the songs are older than us. We were born in the 90s, but still really great stuff. And just spinning it back, he'll get back to Wonder Woman in a moment, but I wanted to just touch on, I think, where this one excelled in regards to the first one is that the dialogue could be snappier and fresher, and the one-liners could be better because they were beyond the point of the characters first meeting or interacting or getting to know each other. They were already a team at this point, and emphasis by the opening scene where they're you got Baby Groot, but they're fighting this thing,
Yeah.
and they're all in. It's not new to them at this point, so I think that helped. They were more of a family dynamic aspect. But back to the more recent one in Wonder Woman and the origin story, and
Well, like we said, the DC Extended Universe kind of had a bit of a rocky start. I mean, technically it started with Man of Steel, which wasn't bad, but by no means was it,
Iron Man.
yeah. And then following that up with Batman vs Superman, which had pretty critical reviews, and Suicide Squad wasn't really any better.
That was disappointing.
But Wonder Woman comes out, and everyone's like, we're not really sure how to feel about this. It's been kind of going downhill. But
To touch on that real quick, I think it's because you were either in love with her appearances in Batman vs Superman, which I clearly was. Everyone knows that, or you didn't like that she, in a way, sort of stole the show, especially the final battle in Batman vs Superman. So I get it, on the fence on this one, but seriously, rethink if you're on the fence. Just climb over it.
I mean, the character of Wonder Woman's kind of a beloved, an iconic comic book character. You had the, Linda Carter, the TV series back in the day, but Gal Gadot taking up the mantle was kind of surprising. I mean, she's not, A-list celebrity by any means. If you've seen the Fast and Furious movies, you obviously know who she is, but it's like, is she really like lead superhero material? Like, we're not sure.
That may have been a doubt on others, but go see it, and that doubt's gone. Put to rest, completely gone.
Oh yeah.
Like, she nailed it. I mean, not that I can necessarily say what it is, but I think she encompassed everything. She had the warrior aspect. She had, she was naive enough when she entered the world of man, but she also she did a good balance of not showing fear and showing fear. Like, she drew a line to almost encompass everything of being a god or human. Like, it just seemed to work, and her supporting cast was terrific in their right too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Chris Pine, the rest of the group, they all contributed greatly. I mean, it wasn't just her performance, and then, the build up from start to finish, the flashbacks, the comic accuracy,
And without giving it away yet, because it's still in theaters kicking ass, I think they got the villain right. I think they portrayed it right. I really think everything about it was right. I mean, I know I've heard otherwise, but I liked it. To me, Doomsday felt rushed, and Batman vs Superman sort of became a mess, and I don't know, Lex almost just looked like a bridge. It was, again, I watched the movie, I've seen it enough times. I don't hate it, but there's issues. Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller was badass. Like, she was just like, screw it. But the Enchantress kind of way over the top.
Probably not the best choice for a villain.
Way over the top. And I get that, again, it was also a team thing. Like, it wasn't just one character, but way over the top. And they marketed it wrong, because if the Joker ain't going to be the primary villain, the Joker wasn't even needed. But getting back to Wonder Woman. Villain done spectacularly. Also, even a little bit misleading in a way, and we're not going to get into that for spoilers, but you see, you know.
Just do yourself a favor and check it out if you haven't already.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I think it's going to be it for the first video. It's just a little tease, little taste. There's going to be much more to come.
Much more.
We want to thank you for sticking out if you watched through this few minutes. Again, our first video. It's sloppy, probably. We understand that. We're standing now as a bit of a promise to let you know it will be more active. We won't always be in the garage or sitting still. It really depends, but it's just an intro to get our faces out there. And, you know, just to actually have a video up as the channel's been created, we need to get this going.
Yes.
So, thank you. I hope you like what you saw. Feel free in the comments to let us know of any movies. I mean, I have 250 movies just sitting upstairs, so odds are I might already have what you're talking about, but always open to suggestions. GJ, any final words as we're losing light here?
Like you said, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reviews. I hope you thought our opinions were interesting. Maybe you agree with them, maybe you disagreed. Either way, give us a comment. Let us know what you think. There's going to be more reviews to come. Other things, not just movies.
Mm-hmm.
Music, games, whatever. We're going to cover a lot of content here.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you like the video, like, subscribe, stay tuned. Give us a
got more
comment.
coming. Again,
And,
Eric,
DJ.
Greg will be around. I swear you'll meet him.
And better quality
Yes.
in the future.
But anyway, Buffering Syndrome, first video. We're out. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Oh, I left the lens cap on. Just kidding.